Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. We hope you enjoy your Sunday or Saturday afternoon. Right now, my guest at this time is actress Christina Chickis. Christina, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here. So, for those watching and future watching, like I mentioned, Christina Chickis is an actress. Her film credits include Done Waiting Chapter 2, Children's as Giants, The Dark Hold, Flatwoods, and then the TV credits include Spellbound, Addicts, and Beginnings. And if you're looking to follow all of her wonderful acting, you can follow her on the social media at Christina Chickis on Instagram.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's the plug segment. So tell me, when did you know that like being an actress was for you?
Hmm. Well, so originally, I actually, in my 20s, I wanted to get into modeling.
Hmm.
But I lived in West Virginia at the time, and I didn't really know how to go about doing it. And so I kind of like, I was trying to look for avenues to do it, but it was very difficult. So I kind of moved away from that. And then I moved up to Pittsburgh, and I actually started doing, I, I did a couple commercials. I did a Wheeling Downs commercial, a Lee Jeans commercial, and then I ended up doing and a Wheeling Downs commercial. I did a couple short films. Honestly cannot remember how I found them, which is very funny. But I decided at that point when I was doing that stuff that I was really interested and would like to do more acting. And I feel like back then, it was so hard to find anything around here being done. I don't feel like the big films were being done here as much. I didn't know the local directors here, no other actors. So I remember I had an opportunity to play an extra in the Spider-Man movie, but I had to go to Cleveland to do it.
Yeah.
So I ended up not doing it. And my kids were little back then. So I decided again, I just kind of stepped away from it. But then when I was about 40, that's when Jack Reacher was being filmed, Batman, and then Concussion came along. And I've always loved Will Smith. And I thought, you know what? It seems like more things are coming into this area. I really want to get back into it. So I went to a casting call for Concussion, and I got picked. And I was actually in 3 different scenes. There's one scene where I play an NFL lawyer, and the director put me in the front row with right up with Will Smith when he was giving his speech. So I was really excited about that. And at that point, I decided I need to get an agent. So that's when I got on with TV Talent Casting, and just the rest is history. I started doing commercials with them. But yeah, I started doing it a lot more when I turned 40.
There you go. And you said when you did a Lee Jeans commercial, right? That was one of your first experiences. You did anybody recognize you when it aired? Did anybody say, "Hey, it's Christina"?
Well, honestly, that was one that I didn't end up seeing. You know how some commercials come out, you get to see them, some you don't, you miss them,
Yeah.
whatever. It was funny though, because when I did the Wheeling Downs commercial,
Hmm.
there was a scene I was dancing in, and then another scene where I was having dinner. And I can remember I was a waitress at the time. So I was waiting tables, and they had TVs in there. And I just happened to look up, and I saw myself. I was like, look, there I am. I'm in that commercial. And so everybody was like, yay, cheering for me and stuff. So that was pretty cool. That was fun.
Exactly. Like, should have given you jeans for doing the commercial too. I'm owed.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really amazing that you had that experience with Will Smith. Do you remember anything about that working, like being that close near to him? Like, do you remember just how he was like within the room or in the space? And
Yeah, as a matter of fact, something that I really it was really funny because there was 400 and some people in that room for the scene.
That's a lot of
And I
people.
remember when I first walked in, I'm looking and they're starting to file people in from the back rows. And I'm all the way in the back. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be seeing it all in this. This is just like a wasted day. So I'm sitting there with this other guy and the director's walking through and he says, are you two together? And the guy goes, well, we can be if you want us to be. So he's like, all right, front row. So I'm like, I'm really excited because I'm right up, like I said, by Will Smith. So he comes out and everybody's kind of like just talking to themselves, but he comes out and stands at the podium. It was quiet. Like there was not you could hear a pin drop in there. Everybody was just staring at him. So he's looking around and he starts tapping on the podium and he starts doing, I think it was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like, like just sweeping around to try to like, get people to like, kind of not be in such shock, I guess.
Yeah.
But he was so much fun. He seemed really nice, really friendly. And like I said, he was just up there trying to make everybody laugh and entertain us while he was out there. So that was fun.
Did you have like that moment when you got picked where you're like, yes, like and you got to go to the front?
Yes, I'm very excited because I'm like, yes, you're going to see me in this scene. And you did. So that was really cool. And I remember Alec Baldwin. Yeah. He was in the scene too. And he was like across from me on the other side.
Oh, wow.
And I remember him falling asleep between takes. It was like, I guess he had a long night, but yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, it was a really cool scene.
He's going really deep internally into his acting. He has insomnia. Yeah. That's
yes. Yeah, but that was a really great moment for me though. Like I said, I've loved Will Smith. I love his movies, and it was just it was really great to be a part of that scene.
Now, do you mostly, when you look for these opportunities, do you mostly just stay in the PA area, or do you venture out of the state lines?
Well, for the longest time, I did just do stuff here because when I first got into it, like I said, I was just doing extra work. So I was just doing the local stuff. And then I actually, I actually found a film TV series, Beginnings, with Jackie Druga that I was in. And she did another movie called Dust. And when I was on scene for Dust, that's when I met Brian Saponis. And he's done a lot here. Yeah, and he actually started introducing me to different directors and things around here, and he would recommend me for something, I'd recommend him for something. It's really good to be able to build a rapport with other actors and other directors and stuff, and be able to help each other out, recommend each other for stuff. But I mean, he's been like a mentor to me and like really helped me out a lot with meeting different people in this area. So I've done most things here. But I have been branching out, and I did a couple things in West Virginia, and I'm actually waiting to hear when I'm going to be shooting a TV series. It's called Vice Squad NOLA, and my manager out in LA cast me in that. So I'll actually be going to Mississippi for a month to film a 2-hour pilot for that. So I'm starting to branch out now. I'm excited about that.
That's great. I've worked with Jackie before, and I met Brian Sinopis. Is that how you say his name? His last name. Are you still there? Okay, I thought you froze for a second.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. And Brian Stowell, we did that short film, The Nice List. So.
Oh yeah, I was in that too.
Yep.
Yeah, I played Peggy. That's right. I remember seeing you in that. Yeah, we weren't in the same scenes together, but yeah.
Yes.
That was fun. That was a funny one.
It really was. That was probably, I think, like around like my maybe only like third or fourth experience doing film. So
yeah,
still very green.
yeah, I would say about Yeah, like about the same for me as far as like a speaking role. That was probably about my probably like my third or something like that.
um, do you ever look at because I know they have a film now here in West Virginia, JC Films. I don't know if you've
Mhm.
looked into doing anything of that because they shoot around here in West Virginia,
Yeah.
Bridgeport, Buchanan.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I haven't they've I think they've reached out to me before.
Okay.
I can't remember. I know I've seen stuff from them, but yeah, I mean, I'd definitely be interested in working with them.
Yep, that's where Dean Kane comes. You just follow Dean
Yeah,
Kane.
right. Yeah, I actually just shot a film in December, I think it was. Um, Buzz Mead was the director of it, and it's called Half a Mind, and it's out now. But it's just a short 5 minute film, but it's really good. It's he did a really great job. I loved working with him. He was very on point, knew what he was doing. We got through the day fast. He edited and put it together really fast. So definitely want to work with him again.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about the character you play in the movie The Darkhold?
So that the Dark Hold is it's I play the mother to this girl who she got freaked out. She thinks she's seen something in her room, so she ran out of her room. So I I'm like trying to figure out what's going on, and so I call my friend up and ask her to come over because she's kind of into that kind of stuff with demons and different things. So I bring her over to my house to try to help me figure out what is going on and what is upstairs. And so it that is actually a short that we did, but we are Clifton Crumbles and I are in the process of writing a feature film for that right now. I'm very excited
Okay.
about that because I think the storyline is going really good, and I'm really excited for that. So, but yeah, if you want to watch The Dark Hold, it is on YouTube. But yeah,
Okay.
it was a very interesting film.
We'll definitely share that in the Dan-A-Plooza Facebook page. I want to know, what is the dream role for Christina? What is the dream role for you?
So I've always said that I want to be in a Hallmark movie. I want to do a love story. I realize that things have changed recently with Hallmark. I mean, before it was always like the young couples, getting together. But I feel
Mhm.
like things have changed lately where they're doing more diverse stuff and like just changing up things. So maybe there's a chance that they'll put an older couple together and do a love story about them. So I don't know. It's just something I've always wanted to do. I guess,
Yeah.
I could play mom if I had to of the main character, but
I always tell people I want to be the plucky comic relief, and
yeah.
like it's like something in a horror story, and they're like, "Why did they kill the plucky guy?"
Oh,
Just
yeah. It's fun. It's just fun to play all, different kinds of roles. Like I really like playing the dark
oh yeah.
character too. Like we're shooting a feature film called Max, Son of the Damned.
Mhm.
And it's actually continued from our web series called Spellbound. I play a witch in it. And that's
Oh,
another, we have like I think it's 8 episodes on YouTube that you can watch. But yeah, we're shooting a feature film this year, and I play a witch in it, and I play this villainous character, and I'm really excited about that because it's fun. It's fun playing a villain.
okay. Did you, as far as creating the character and making like a witch character, did that come from your own imagination, or did you use like past experiences where other actors had played witches as part of your influence?
Hmm. Um. So in Spellbound, it wasn't really as villainous. I played, like more of the nice side, and like that was more of like my character in the real world. But as far as like coming up with how I wanted to portray her,
Mhm.
I would say more so watching like stuff on TV. I think it's kind of a little bit of both, like making her my own character, but
Mhm.
yet watching like I really, really love American Horror Stories. And
Yeah.
there was a season called The Coven, and it was about witches. And I really, really that was my favorite one of all the American Horror Stories. So I think I kind of got the vibe, watching that too. Yeah.
Such a great series. Yeah,
Yes.
I was wondering if any of The Craft or any of those other movies had influenced you, but American Horror Story.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever watched The Craft. I don't think I've ever seen The Craft. But yeah, I like I said, I wanted to partially make her my own. Um, so the new character, that the more villainous character I'll be playing in this feature film, the director actually gave me an idea of what kind of a character that she's going to be, and I don't want to say it right now because I don't know if he wants me to portray that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm really excited. It's the 3BT team that I'm a part of,
Okay.
that we're doing it. So yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
I wanted to say you're kind of following the footsteps of another actress, Melissa Joan Hart, because we know she's played a witch. She's in a lot of Hallmark movies, so
Yeah. It's it's great to be diverse. Like
Mhm.
I don't want to be one of those actors that's like, okay, like Liam Nelson.
Yeah.
I was just looking for movies to watch the other night.
Hmm.
And then like every single thing that comes up for him, he's FBI or something like that. He plays
Yeah.
the same character all the time. And he's a really, really good actor. I love him. But I
Uh-huh.
feel like I want to be diverse. I don't want to just be categorized as a businesswoman or as just a villain or as just a sweet, I want to play it all. Like I want to show that I can do a really sweet person or I can play a villain.
That's right. I think that's the hardest thing sometimes is when you get placed hold into just one part, and then
Yes.
when you can't break that mold, and people
Right.
just want you for the same part over
Right.
and over and over. Has that ever happened to you, or are you able to pretty much diverse?
I feel like in the beginning, I was like when I did a lot of extra work, I was always like a lawyer or a businesswoman. So yeah, I feel like I was categorized back then. But over the years, I've chosen like different roles and for a reason to like get out there and see what I like and don't like. And
Mhm.
can I play this part? Can I play that part? And it's worked. Like I don't feel like I really don't feel like everybody's categorized me because of that, because they can see that, I've done so many different things.
That's good, and that's
Yeah.
important to have that plethora of different experiences. It's what
Mhm.
helps move you forward.
Yeah. Yeah. And on my demo reels, I tried to make sure that I did the same thing, that I showed like different characters from different films so that everybody could get an idea for the different roles that I've done and how I can play a different role.
I'm also curious to know if there were any actors or actresses that influenced you into making this part of your career.
Um, like I said, in the beginning, I feel like working with Brian really helped me a lot. Like I learned a lot from him because he was a seasoned actor, and like if I was having trouble kind of like getting into the character or whatever, he really helped me out. Put me in a better place where I needed to be for that particular character. So I really, really learned a lot from him. Um, I do enjoy watching other actresses and actors and kind of learning from them too. My friend Delaney Hathaway,
Yeah,
she's really good, and Stephanie Swift. I like to watch everybody. I like to study, everybody and see what they do and what makes them so good. And yeah, kind of learn and build from that.
Is there anybody that is like famous that you do watch and learn from?
Um, I mean, there's a lot of characters out there, a lot of actresses. I'll tell you what, I really like Anne Hathaway.
Hmm.
I just, again, she's one of those too that like she started out with oh, what was that movie? Where she played the princess. Um, I can't
I'm
think of the
trying to
name of
think.
the movie. I'm drawing a blank.
Not
But
Ice Castles, is it? No.
no, she played a princess in it. She was just like a normal girl and finds out that she's a princess. So she has to learn how to be a princess. But like,
Oh, is it
so
the Princess Diaries?
yes, that's it. Yes. So
Okay.
she started out in that, and like a little innocent. And then there was the oh, I'm drawing a blank right now. There was a movie she did after that too, where it was like a newer, newer for her, and she's like the little nice. And then all of a sudden, you see her shift to like these more, different kind of roles and like more. I don't want to say villainous, but like I just saw her really change over as she grew into an actress, like just really from like this little shy, character, whatever, into like this really strong and like I don't know. I love how she changed and as she grew into being an actress. It's like she got more comfortable with it and went out there and again did different kinds of roles, which I really love.
Oh yeah, she's definitely very talented. I remember
Yeah,
seeing her on The Simpsons, so I really enjoyed her
yeah,
doing voiceover. I'll tell you, my main influence was always been Robin Williams. So
yes. I love Robin Williams. Yes,
he's
he's a
one of my
great actor.
favorites actors, and I enjoyed him all from Aladdin to Good Morning Vietnam
Yep.
to Patch Adams. Um, just somebody who was very versatile and very quick too. I just remember he would just go into things, and sometimes a
Yeah.
lot of people had to adapt. So, as an actress yourself, are you somebody who can just go with the flow, whatever is presented, or are you somebody who likes to prepare and create the character?
I would say I'm probably more so I like to prepare.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there may have been a few times where I've been the opposite, but I'm mostly I like to be prepared kind of person. Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm study, study, got sticky notes,
Yep.
everything prepared. Um, have you ever been thrown the curveball sometimes of you were reading this character, you thought this is the way the character is going to go, and then the director asked you a different direction,
Yes.
and how were you able to adjust to that? Did you adjust pretty well to the suggestion or direction they gave you?
Yeah, I think when you have a good director, that really helps you to change it like you need it to. Like for instance, yeah, Children as Giants. There were there were some things that weren't put in that film. A character that I was supposed to be. Things just got changed. It became a bigger. It started out as a very small script, became a very big script, and then a lot had to be cut back and cut out. But anyway, when we were filming that, though, I kind of had this other role that it was like a villainous role, and yeah, I had to change and be like. There was a scene that I was really struggling with one night, and like I couldn't get into the character because the things I was saying it was words that I don't you don't usually use in a vocabulary. So it was like very hard to like get into that. But Jesse and Brian both got me where I needed to be on that. And that, like I said, that's very important. I think it's very important to have a good director who can, direct you into where you need to be. Because if they just kind of sit back and let you kind of do your own thing and you're struggling, that makes it tough.
Yes, it definitely does. Would you say that that issue with the vocabulary was that the diction that it was causing like some of the problems?
Yeah, it was just it like it was just really it was different kind of wording, and it was like real weird words that like I'm like, what does this even mean? Like, and it was almost like a tongue twister kind of thing, and like when I was saying it, it was like, what am I saying? So yeah, it was once I said it more and more, I got more comfortable in it. But like I said, it was really about getting into the feeling of it and understanding it more and getting good direction.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to get through that experience.
That part
Next,
wasn't in the film, but
yeah.
it was good practice.
Next part. Have you ever been asked to do an accent for any of the films, and do you have a favorite accent to do?
Actually, I have not. I've never been asked, and it's a good thing because that is not something that I unfortunately am good at. It's something that I would really like to learn, because I think that is important. If I don't want to ever have to get turned down from a role because I can't, do a particular accent. Now I am from West Virginia, so I can do that, the hick accent, but no, like I mean, as far as like British or anything like that, I've never had to do it, so never had the practice.
Well, it definitely is experience. The only one I've ever done is Middle Eastern.
Okay.
Practice doing that, and I watched quite a bit of footage and everything, and making sure that I could be heard through the dialect.
Yeah.
Feel like is very important. Um, but I've always wanted to try that, and I can't do it. But maybe an Irish or Scottish accent.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
It's
the
funny, I'm Irish, but
You're like, but I can't do it.
I'm just not good at it. I think, like I said, if you study it then and practice it, but that's
Oh
just something I
yeah.
haven't done.
Now, are you ever interested in doing like voiceover work for like a character?
I actually have done a voiceover. It was for an audiobook, and I played a diva cat. So it was very entertaining. It was a lot of fun. I'd never done voiceover before, and I actually really enjoyed it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. It was very fun. Yeah.
Did How long did it take you to come up with that accent for that diva cat? Did you already have something in mind, or did you prepare?
I just kind of winged it. I think it turned out pretty good. I actually had the help of David Dietz. He's done a lot of voiceover, and he actually helped me with the audio and everything. So he kind of helped me out with because I would do like 3 or 4 takes of like different reaction, like different ways of saying the same thing. So I think he was a big help to me with doing that for my first time.
Can you still do that character, and can we hear a little snippet of it?
Well, it's been a while. I mean, I don't even remember the lines, but I do know that it was there was a lot of swearing going on. So yeah, she was not a nice cat. I'll just say that. So I mean, I kind of just I guess did a higher voice, but yeah, it's been several years since I've done that one. So
Maybe a little strain on the vocals.
but it was fun. It really was. Like I
Oh
said,
yeah.
I would enjoy doing that again.
Do you just want to strictly do film, or would you ever consider theater, or are you more of a film actress?
I actually am more of a film actress. Yeah,
Okay.
I think what it comes down to is I'm a Virgo, so I'm a perfectionist, and I feel like with theater there's no room for mistakes. Like you can't if you get up there and you make a mistake, I'm not sure. I think it would mess with my mind, and I'd be afraid of like not being able to come back from my mistake. That would be my worry because like I said, I'm a perfectionist with everything. And I feel at least when you're doing film, everybody messes up, but at
Right.
least with film, they cut and then you start over again and you make it right. So, but I mean, I find theater very interesting. I love watching performances. I love watching people do it. And I don't know. I mean, maybe someday I could change my mind and decide that it's something I want to do. But for right now, I love doing the TV stuff.
Well, I definitely, look forward to your future projects and your future work. We will share that in the Dan-A-Plooza Facebook page. Is there anything else you want to say as we wrap it up on Dan-A-Plooza?
Um, I'm very happy to be here, and like I said, I'm getting ready to do my biggest project coming up soon, which is a TV series called Vice Squad NOLA. So I'm very excited about that, and I hope that everybody will go on and watch it when they put out the pilot.
Yep, definitely check that out. That's going to wrap it up for here on Dan-A-Plooza. I want to thank my guest, Christina. Tune back in for Dan-A-Plooza on Monday. We will have burlesque performer and model Lady Ginger Lust here. So stay tuned, take care, and have a good afternoon.
Thanks for having me.